Hello, my name is Candice Sanderson. I am author of The Reluctant Messenger and The Reluctant Messenger Returns. During my last video, I started sharing with you a new way that I've been communicating with the messengers. I used to just wait until I heard from them, either on a commute to work or during a meditation. But because of the COVID pandemic, things have changed. I'm no longer going to meditations during the week. I'm at home. So I thought, okay, it's time to do something different. So I sat down a few weeks ago and just said, what do I do now? And the messenger started answering questions for me. So what I've done now is I've transcribed some of the information, and I want to just share this with you. They said I could ask any question and they would respond. So what I asked was about the global pandemic. I said in March and April of 2020, our world changed as a novel coronavirus spread across the globe. Some countries have done fairly well in containing the spread. Others have not. I guess my most pressing question is why? Why is there a global pandemic? What purpose does it serve? And immediately the answer came. The messenger said, for years we have foretold you life-changing events upon this earth. And that's true, they have. I just never thought it would happen right now. We have said life as you know it would disappear. So why are you surprised to find that we have spoken the truth? This is part of Mother Earth's transition and transformation to a higher dimensional space. It is part of her evolution. Her transition has shifted the foundations of life as you know it, so things have to change. And once again, as I go back and look at these messages that I've been receiving since 2013, interspersed are these warnings, not in a negative sense, but just saying something is going to be happening and life is going to change. I just never expected it to happen now and in my lifetime. So as soon as I got the message about the foundations shifting, a vision started in my mind's eye. I saw this huge building and its foundation started to crack and it started to crumble. And from my perspective, I zoomed back, and when I did so, I could see differently. I could see things I couldn't before. And once the facade of the foundation crumbled away, I looked underneath and I realized it was just a facade. It was not the foundation. There were these gigantic pilings that kept the building secure, and they must have gone hundreds and hundreds of feet, into the earth. So what I thought was the foundation really wasn't. The foundation itself was secure. As soon as this happened, I really thought the building would tumble, but then I realized, no, it's just a perception. As I saw the building crumble, then I had this intuitive knowing of what was going on once I saw that the pilings were in place. Excuse me. The building hadn't fallen, okay, but its foundation was shifting some, and these changes can't be ignored. So I asked them, the messengers, what does this mean? What changes need to be made in order to really shore up this foundation? And at this point, the building, which I thought would crumble, was actually starting to shift a little and lean. It was still secure in the ground, but it was leaning. So I said, what do we need to do? What changes need to be made? And the messenger said, listen to the guidance within. Recognize and acknowledge the change. Ask yourselves, what changes need to take place? Listen to the answers that come from within. The fissures of the foundation affect current life, but they need not equate devastation or destruction. These breaks in the foundation are calling forth for a change from the status quo. Life is changing upon your earth. Acknowledge these changes, for they are part of Earth's transformation. Now, with those words, another vision started in my mind's eye, and I saw this gigantic egg, and it began to hatch, and I knew something inside, a bird or something, was pecking and chipping away from the inside, and it was desperate to exit what must have been, at that point, very tight quarters. When my vision then panned back, and I realized that the cracks in the eggshell pretty much represented the foundations of the building. So it wasn't simply the foundation or the facade of the foundation that was cracking. This was a birth of a new being. And then the messenger said, "Yes, so now you see." The crumbling of the foundation is not to topple the existing. It is to birth a new beginning. Earth is not falling. It is birthing a new generation. And then I said, so what are we supposed to do? How can we help with this? How do we react? I said, civil unrest has spread across the globe. Political factions are separating us. Families and friends are struggling to make ends meet. What should we do? The messenger said, there are no shoulds. There are no absolutes. Wisdom lies within. As humanity's foundational beliefs begin to shift, find your balance. Seek your sea legs. Learn to find that sweet spot that calls to your heart. You will know it when you feel it. Isn't it about time for humanity to come to their senses? By that, we mean to step outside their senses. Learn to live beyond what your earthly senses register. Learn to live within the heart space, for that is where true wisdom lies. So that's where I'm going to stop for right now. I really loved the information that I was getting. It wasn't necessarily anything new or different. It was more like a reminder that these are uncertain times, but the answers come from within. We need to listen to the guidance of our hearts. Also learn to use your heart as a tool for discernment. I've been showing videos on how to use energy, how to, recognize forces that come into you and recognize what is it? Is this guidance trying to tell me something? Is this something that feels right and feels good? If so, listen to the guidance, and the more that you listen to it, the more you'll start strengthening that channel so that you will become much more of an open vessel, so that you will be able to more clearly discern the information that's coming in. This is part of the evolutionary process that our Earth is going through. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. And as usual, I'm looking for more subscribers. You can check out my website, CandiceSanderson.com. Follow me on various social media. And until next time, remember, listen to the wisdom of your heart.